Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am so incredibly excited you're all here because today we are going to permanently solve one of the most common everyday grammar headaches out there. We're talking about the whole I versus me confusion. As your teacher today, my goal is to make sure you literally never second-guess your pronoun choices again. So let's jump right in. Here is our lesson plan for today. We'll start with subject versus object pronouns, look at how to choose between I and me, fix some common student mistakes, learn a brilliant little removal trick, and then wrap up with some final thoughts. All right, starting with step 1, subject versus object pronouns. Before we can fix any of our mistakes, we've got to know our building blocks, right? So, what exactly is a pronoun? It's simply a word that steps in to replace a noun so we don't sound like a broken record repeating the same name over and over. But here is the absolute most important part to remember. Subject pronouns act as the doers of an action. They are making things happen. Object pronouns, on the other hand, act as the receivers of an action. Take a look at how these are divided up. I want you to pay really close attention to that first-person column. Both I and me refer to you, yourself, but they have entirely different jobs in a sentence. I is sitting right up there as a subject pronoun. It's a doer. Me is down below as an object pronoun, meaning it's a receiver. Let's see these doers in action. Listen to the rhythm of these sentences. I am going to school. You look happy today. He plays football. She is reading a book. It is raining outside. We are best friends. They are dancing at the party. Do you hear it? In every single one of those examples, the highlighted word is the one actively doing the action. They are the ones going, looking, playing, and reading. They're driving the sentence. Now let's flip it and contrast that with object pronouns, the receivers. She called me, I love you, we met him yesterday, I saw her at the station, he dropped it, can you help us? The teacher praised them. Notice that shift? These object pronouns are coming after the verb. They are firmly on the receiving end. They are the ones being called, being loved, or being met. Which brings us to the million-dollar question. When you are talking about yourself, how do you know which one to pick? Should you say I, or should you say me? Let's figure it out. Moving on to step 2, choosing I versus me. Okay, grab your pens because you'll definitely want to write this rule down. It is literally this simple. Use I when you are the subject doing the action, and use me when you are the direct or indirect object receiving the action. So the crucial thing you have to ask yourself is simply, am I doing or am I receiving? Let's look at some clear examples of using I as the subject. I walked to the store. Darren and I both love skateboarding. Irene and I were late to class. I plan to attend law school. Raquel and I are going to the movies. He and I went there. Notice what happens here. Even when we add other people like Darren and I or Raquel and I, it doesn't change a thing. You are both doing the action together, so you absolutely must stick with the subject pronoun I. Now conversely, let's check out using me as the object. The coach asked me to mentor. Andre passed me his markers. Shayna gave me her old textbooks. Goldilocks shared porridge with Jack, Jill, and me. Alejandra called to invite me. The gift is for me. In every single one of these, you aren't doing the asking or the passing, right? You are simply on the receiving end, or you're following a preposition like with or for. So it has to be me. All right, let's look at step 3, fixing common student mistakes. Be honest, raise your hand if you've heard someone make this mistake before. Me went home. The fix is super simple. I went home. Remember our definitions from earlier? Me is an object pronoun. It literally cannot be a subject. Because you are the one doing the action of going home, I must be the doer. Here's another classic that builds on that. Him and me are friends. We need to swap that to he and I are friends. Why? Well, since both of those people are doing the action of being friends in the sentence, they are both subjects. Therefore, we absolutely have to use the subject pronouns he and I. Ooh, this is a huge one. Me and Arena are going to the party. The correct way is actually Rena and I are going to the party. First off, it's just considered grammatically polite to put the other person's name first. But more importantly, since you are both actively doing the action of going, you need that subject pronoun I. Okay, this next one is tricky and trips a lot of folks up. You might hear, the teacher gave he and I a task, but the proper phrasing is, the teacher gave him and me a task. Think about it. The teacher is the doer here, giving the task. The students are the receivers of the task, so you have to use the object pronouns him and me. Let's look at a slightly longer sentence. Imagine seeing, I plan to attend law school after me finish my degree. The fix is pretty straightforward. I plan to attend law school after I finish my degree. In that second half of the sentence, you are the one doing the finishing. You're the doer. So boom, it's the subject pronoun I. And here's one you hear in professional settings all the time. Please contact myself if you have questions. The accurate phrasing is actually, please contact me if you have questions. People throw myself in there because they think it sounds more formal, but it's just grammatically incorrect. Me is the proper object receiving the action of being contacted. Moving on to step 4, the simple removal trick. This is a total game changer. If you ever get stuck staring at a sentence, don't panic. There is a foolproof 3-step trick to get the right pronoun every single time. Step 1. Mentally remove any extra nouns or subjects from the sentence. Step 2. Read the sentence out loud to yourself with just I or me left in it. And step 3, trust your ear. Pick the one that makes grammatical sense. It's amazing how fast our brains figure out the right answer once the extra clutter is gone. Let's test this out right now like a fill-in-the-blank exercise. First, Miguel, Sarah, and blank are taking class. Drop Miguel and Sarah. What sounds right? I am taking class. Yep. Second, John, Stacy, and blank got B's. Erase John and Stacy. I got a B. Third, grandparents set up funds for my sister and blank. Take out your sister. Funds for me. Fourth, he gave the book to Sarah and blank. Drop Sarah. He gave the book to me. Fifth, this is for you and blank. Take out you. This is for me. And finally, Rohan and blank played cricket. Erase Rohan and you get I played cricket. Do you see how brilliantly the sentence resolves itself the second we just erase those other names? And that brings us to step 5, class dismissed, and our final thoughts. To wrap things up today, let's just revisit the core purpose of pronouns. We use them when we don't want to endlessly repeat a noun or a noun phrase. And when we use them correctly, our language isn't just grammatically accurate. It becomes sharper, more efficient, and so much easier for everyone to understand. I'm going to leave you all with this final, thought-provoking question. If you are the doer, you are I. If you are the receiver, you are me. So in the sentence of your life, who are you writing about? Think on that. I really hope this explainer leaves you thinking about grammar in a whole new, memorable way. Class dismissed, and keep practicing.